you, this is how I make my butternut squash baked stuffing with couscous. So you cut the whole thing in half that way, around, not oval, and you scrape the centers out. You bake them for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, which I'll show you, and then I'll show you how to make the stuffing and then what you do with the stuffing. Right, now we're at this stage, so I've scraped all the pip out, and I'm going to keep that and dry the seed, and I will regrow them. I'll put it on a tray on greaseproof paper, and I use extra light virgin oil because I don't like the oily taste on it. And I just smother it in a little bit of oil, and then it just sort of sits over it, cooks it all nice and golden brown. Just twirl it all on it, but you know, make sure it's all rubbed in. So it's not, I'll probably put a bit too much on there, but it just makes the edges all nice and soft. Do all the outside, rub the oil in and around, because I like mine crunchy. It's a whole meal in itself. And then what I put on that is salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and I roast it for about 40 minutes. Okay guys, I've put the oil all in and around. I've put garlic powder. You can put fresh garlic, but I prefer the powder. I didn't have any onion powder, so I've put fresh dried rosemary and salt and pepper. And this will go in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes just to get it roasted. And then we'll start on the couscous mixture. So the vegetables I've decided to do, and you always do an onion because it gives it flavour and it gives it a lot more body. So I'm doing onion, peppers, and I'm just going to add one of those red peppers in there as well to give it colour. I'm doing courgettes, and I'm doing mushrooms. So I won't use all those, I'll just do a little bit. And about a cup of couscous you use. So I'll just do each step as I go. These will be fried first, just the peppers and the onions. And then you add the courgettes and mushrooms, but leave it semi-firm, just not too soft, because it's going to go back in the oven once the butternut comes out after 40 minutes. You put it in stuff for another 10 minutes. So just keep this sort of semi-soft. I'm also going to add chopped walnut and cranberries to it. But I'll continue showing you. So I'm just going to start frying this up, and then I'll cut the courgettes and mushrooms. Okay, so I'm just doing the onion. Just turn that down a bit. The onion and the peppers, and I'll put in chopped courgette and then the chopped mushroom, and I'll get the couscous ready. That doesn't take anything, only takes 5 minutes. And I recommend you use Swiss browns. So here we go. I'll just chop those up as well and put them in. I've now added the mushrooms and the courgettes, and that's just going to cook nice, saute lightly in there. And I've put some mixed herbs in there, and I'll get on with the couscous. So I use the whole meal, and it's about a half a cup. So half a cup into a bowl, and then it says 150 mils, but I put about 200 mils in, just a little bit to give it that little bit more oomph. And then what you do is you just put a lid over that and leave it to set for about 6 minutes. So the couscous is ready. See, it just goes all fluffy like that. And then I've cupped up some fresh parsley from the garden, some dried cranberries and some walnuts. I will add that to the cooked mixture and then place it all in there and with the couscous. So I've added the cooked mixture in there, and then I'll just put these other dry mixtures in, and we will stuff the butternut. And here is the butternut, all semi-cooked, pretty soft. You can put a knife through it. That ended up having about 40 minutes. I'll stuff that now with this mixture. So all you do is you just sort of start packing it in, and then you put it back in the oven for about another 10 minutes, and leave it in there for 10 minutes, and then it's ready. Okay, I have now stuffed it, and I've salted and peppered it again, and I will put it in the oven for another good 10 minutes. You see, you can pile it right up. You do sometimes have mixture left, and I usually just put that in the fridge and have it for other things throughout the week. Okay, it's out of the oven. So it's out of the oven, and I usually have it with a little bit of salad. The lettuce is out of the garden, the cucumbers out of the garden, iced tea, and I usually sprinkle feta over this once I've sliced into it, and it ended up going in for about another 15 minutes. All right, you can add all sorts of mixtures, spring onions, you can put in chili, you can put in beans, you can put in, tin beans or chickpeas or whatever you like. You just got to be creative with it.